All right, collectors, thanks for joining me today, June 22nd, 2025, for all the goings on, pre-orders, shenanigans, news, all the announcements that have been going on this week. Let's take a gander through, let's take a stroll through the week and do some recaps and some catching back up. It's funny, I said I was going to save for the DFW G.I. Joe and action figure show. Boy, that was a jinx, monster jinx. I should have just said nothing, and then I would have saved up. But I'm looking at the haul, and it is a monstrosity. Monstrosity, I tell you. So, anyways, I've seen Cal Peterson with way less. Is he the standard now? I guess Cal Peterson is the standard. I don't know. So anyways, let's get into the news and let's talk about it. Number one, the big old 400-pound elephant, 400-pound gorilla. That 400-pound elephant would be pretty skinny. It'd still be quite shocking. But anyways, the, bull in the China room. There's two of them. And we'll get to each one in a minute. The first one is Joe Fest is going on. I'm not in Georgia. And doesn't preclude me from going one day, but I'm just not there. And I wouldn't even take a flight. It's just down the ways a little bit. I'm in DFW, so it is a drive, but it's not that big of a drive. You can drive for a whole day and still be in Texas. That's what I'm saying. It's relative. It's perspective, right? Texas is big, and so it's not a big deal for me to drive out there to Atlanta. I might fly, but But anyways, that's going on. Lots of announcement, lots of news coming out of there. Ramen having some cool stuff. Big Bad Toy Store having some cool stuff. A lot of collaborations going on out there. But I'm not there, so whatever news or whatever happens or comes out of that, if it's timely and it's out now, I'll cover it. But I didn't see a lot that we haven't talked about before. I haven't shown you, so there's that. But yeah, if something cool comes out of it, we'll catch up next week on it. So anyways, so that's that. The other thing that came up in the news, and I'm not going to touch on it for too long. Hasbro is laying off more people. But the funny part is Hasbro's laid off. It's not funny. It's never funny when people get laid off. It's just not. It's just sad, and it's, a failure of leadership and a failure to envision and a failure to just do what you need to do as a leadership to ensure the company's sustainability and the people's, livelihoods are kept in, place. But anyways, they have let go of more people before. But the interesting thing was that I think they said they were going to lay off 150 more employees to make up for the tariff stuff. It was only big news because they used that word, the tariff word, in there. Nobody raised a stink when thousands of employees were getting laid off. And at the same time, companies sometimes got to do that. It's just part of business. I would say that, you do it as a last resort, as a very last resort. There's one executive leadership team that I worked for many years ago. And that man refused to let anybody go until he sold out everything of value from the company that wasn't necessary to produce the core product. I'd follow that guy right through the gates of hell. That was a good man. And granted, nobody got raises for the next 4 years, but hey, everybody got to keep their job. So that was a good man. I don't see that leadership at Hasbro. I don't see how smart. And at some point, you got to say, look, the people on the board for Hasbro, because Hasbro's a publicly traded company, the people on the board for Hasbro have let this go on long enough. At this point, you're like, well, if the idiots leading Hasbro in this direction have continued to make it fail, they have to report to the board. So is the board willingly doing this stupidity on their own? Is the board saying, you know what, let's give them one more chance? Hey, there's no better indication of what a person is going to do than what they say they're going to do in the future. No. What have I always said? There's no better indication of what you will do in the future as what you've done in the past. So if you've been a screw up in the past, I mean, it's not to say you can't change your stars or make it better. But if you've been a knucklehead in the past, you're probably going to be a knucklehead in the future. But that doesn't, again, it doesn't preclude anybody from being able to change themselves. It's just a really good indicator. So at some point you got to say, hey, maybe it's the board that are a bunch of idiots, because they continually give these people in leadership chances, and they're not looking to fix them. I don't know. You know, and don't come to me with it's challenging. Every single business is challenging. Every single business has to struggle and find ways to improve and find ways to, you know, innovate and find ways to. Every single business has to do that, not just Hasbro. So yeah, it's hard, but that's why they're paying those leaders for. Anyways, let's move on from that. The other shenanigans that were going on, this is just funny to me. So you had Super 7. I'm going to talk about what they're offering here. They're offering, you know, the swivel grip with the rubber band waist. I forgot the O-ring figures. You've got Falcon, you've got Jinx, and you've got the Royal Guard from Cobra Law. $22 each. Are you telling me that one of these figures is as good as a classified figure? Just one classified figure. Is that what you're telling me? Or are you telling me that these 3 figures equal a Cobra Snake armor? Is that what it equals? Because to me, the more egregious part here is not only did they have a recent layoff, which again, maybe they needed to, but well, what a failure in leadership. But maybe they're just dumb. Or maybe they don't know how to price their stuff. Look, ultimately, it's your money. And if you think that those shenanigans are worth it, you go ahead and buy it. Go ahead and buy it. There's another thing that they're offering too. Gosh, how do they get some of the coolest licenses, but I don't know. Look, I want to talk about it because it just seems silly to me. It just seems absolutely silly to me. But again, if it's your money and if you enjoy those O-ring figures, currently they're the only ones making G.I. Joe O-ring figures, knock yourself out. It's just shenanigans to me. And let's go ahead and start the cool part of the news. Now that we've got shenanigans out of the way, let's do, you know, because this channel is mostly about, you know, military type action figures, right? G.I. Joe, Valaverse, what is it? Monkey Fictions and Gridiron Team Up, the Monster Force stuff, any number of the other military type figures, and that's my bread and butter. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Number one, the second 400-pound gorilla in the room. And they have taken the air out of everything this week, in my opinion. They've really sucked the air out of everything, is Gridiron. If you guys haven't seen, I did a review for it a little yesterday, literally 1, 2 in the morning, I posted it. Go check it out. I'm sorry, it doesn't have explosions. I'm sorry, it doesn't have, you know, a bajillion. It's a very simple, for older collectors to enjoy a slow-moving deep dive into the Phalanx. So, which is the massive vehicle that they put out called the Phalanx. So, if you enjoy that, go check out the video. Anyways, again, they sucked the room out of everything. You know, they sucked the air out of everything this week. I mean, I'll spoil it for you. It's freaking amazing. You know, and there are some surprises with it. So one of the things that shocked me is that you can actually fit the tiger paw or the ferret in the vehicle. You have to do some finagling. You have to fiddle around with it a little bit, and it's tight. It's real tight in there. You have to, you know, make sure you take out the rifles and stuff out of it and just slide it in there. It's tight, but it'll fit. You know, it'll fit in there. You know, a couple of people told me in the comments for that video, you should try it again. Try it again. At first I couldn't do it, but this time it did. So what else? Oh, and he just released the Shadow Phalanx, which is the other one. So that's out there now for your Cobra or bad guy forces, or maybe just Night Ops SWAT team, right? I don't know. Use your mind, make up your own world. knock it out. And then finally, Mark on the A Toy Kind of Mood podcast showed us that he's coming out with some different turrets, right? Number one, you've got this Bradley-like turret. And let me, there was a huge controversy when I said it was Bradley inspired. I may have misheard. I thought the vehicle was Bradley inspired, but looking at it closely, it does look like an LAV or a Striker vehicle. Very, very much so. And less like a Bradley. But the turret looks like a Bradley. Ultimately, it could be kind of a very lightweight tankish vehicle or an APC, right? So, I mean, it's just, I love that they've got so much modularity to it. It's fantastic. They've outdone themselves. So, from my point of view, you know, I'm not sponsored by them. I don't get anything from them for free. So again, when I tell you that something is, you know, pretty good, it's because it is. You know, my only I'm only beholden to you guys and the fans of the channel. That's it. Anyways, fantastic work. They just keep beating everybody to the punch. Now, if we can get a doggone Humvee, can somebody grow a pair and get us a Humvee? Can somebody go ask, you know, the licensor for this freaking vehicle a Humvee? Can we just please get a Humvee already? I don't know how many people. I showed in the video that I have a Humvee, a 1/12 scale-ish Humvee, and it looks fantastic and it fits G.I. Joe's perfectly. But it's like $450, $500, probably more now because I bought mine years ago. And it's an RC vehicle when it first came out, and a lot of people knew about it. And now there's nothing out there. And what's the most ubiquitous thing that soldiers ride in? I know it was for me. It was freaking Humvee and a deuce and a half. And I mean, there was other vehicles, but the one that was the biggest one was the Humvee, you know. So anyways, there's that. All right, so moving on from that, the G.I. Joe Cobra Snake Armor is shipping in the UK. So that means get your finances in order, because if you're like me, you're going to get a Hadouken of a punch when this thing ships, because I was excited, maybe a little too excited, because I got a bunch of stuff. So I'm very excited for the Cobra Snake Armor. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. So I'm excited for it. Shipping soon. Also in the anemic Yo-Jo June month. Not only did they have that controversy with the police officer action figure, but then they offered us some just anemic, I don't know. I don't know. To me, it would have been better if they just saved a little more stuff for reveals, or maybe revealed more stuff, or maybe hit us up with the HasLab. I don't know. It just wasn't good. It wasn't good. Nothing. I was very disappointed with Yo-Jo June. It was lackluster Joe June-ish, maybe next month type deal. Failure is what it reminds me of. Failure. But they did team up with Skybound, and they had some, little anemic, stream, and they showed us a new beachhead and a customized quick kick. I mean, great, but we've seen that before. We have those figures. Pah. Knuckleheads. Anyways, what else do we have? That's probably why I don't get stuff from people. Because I just talk smack all the time. I don't care. Don't send me stuff. I'll buy it on my own or find it somewhere. And then I'll talk smack about it then. All right. On pre-order for the Marvel Legends stuff, Gargantos or Gargantos. Yeah, here, this thing. Are you going to tell me that 3 Super 7 O-ring figs are worth that? No. So yeah, I did pre-order one of these. You know what? I forgot to give you my hunt list. I'm going to have to work on that. I don't know if I'm going to put one at the end or not. But anyways, I did pre-order a Gargantos. So Gargantos, whatever you call this, six-legged tentacle thing. It looks good. It looks good. I just wanted one. I don't need one to rock, one to stock. I just want the one. So I pre-ordered it. It looks good. It's fun. The DLX Iron Man Mark, what is it, 7? It's like the gold and black version from DLX, 1/12 scale figure. I actually have a few of these. I like them. They're really good. 110 bucks if you're looking for it. I'm not going to order this one anymore. I think I have enough, but if it's there, if you like that DLX attention to detail, and sometimes they put electronics on it, it's not meant for kids. It's a very adult, scoped type of figure. So, all right. And in what seemed like a toy farce move, which a lot of people thought it was like is this a joke? Are you joking us, McFarlane? Apparently he wasn't joking us. You've got 3 exclusives for Ross. I don't know where he got that idea from. So I know McFarlane is listening to some of us toy tubers out here. I know he's out here, hey, what are they saying? Ross. We got a lot of those guys going out to Ross. So anyways, or maybe not, who knows. Batman 3 Jokers, Ross exclusive. Batman Superman Hush, exclusive. Superman Hush, exclusive. And the new Soup Sandwich Superman exclusive. I mean, they're available at other places. They have been available for a while, but now they're kind of repackaged in a kind of a Ross type deal. So, and you get nothing with these except the basic figure, right? So these are very, very basic. No extra hands, no extra stands, no card, nothing, just the figure. Not a bad deal for $14.50. Not a bad deal. I mean, this is a huge coup for McFarlane, I think. I like the Batman, and Superman's all right too. So, doing good. That's a good one, McFarlane. Good for you. Let other people into the action. Let kids collect these things also. I don't think that's a huge ask. And you're going to tell me that a $22 Reaction Super 7 O-ring figure is worth more than one of these? Get out of here. Anyways, moving on from that. All right, let's move on to some good old nostalgia. Inspector Bulletproof is out there. Cops and Crooks. I think the pre-order's out there for him. So $40 for pre-order for him. I wasn't a big fan of this show. Truth be told, I maybe watched 1 or 2 episodes. But I knew it was out there. So if you grew up with the Cops, he looks great. Looks like a great figure. I'm just not pulled into the nostalgia for it. So it's available for pre-order. And we also have a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Syndicate Collectibles. There's no price for this yet, but I really like it. Double Dragon Jeff. I should have picked up that other Double Dragon set, but I didn't. So, but this set looks cool. I like it. It's got a lot of cool stuff with it. I'm gonna have to pick this up. So I'm on the hunt for that exclusive. Good luck, Eddie. All right. What else do we have? Zesre Bernice. I know a lot of you. Now I got her, but I know a lot of you missed out on this figure. Now's your chance to grab her again. So many nerds gnashing and wailing. Couldn't get her, and then on the secondary market was like $250. Just insane prices for this figure. So many people. Well, now as Zesre says, they're going to put it out again. I believe they're going to charge, I don't know, something like 35 bucks for it. So don't miss your chance this time. You've been warned. All right. Moving on from that, very near and dear to my heart. My kids loved it. It invokes nostalgia to me, not because I was a kid when I saw it, but because my kids really liked it. And that made me happy and it made me excited. And that is, you got the Mezco, Ash, and Pikachu. Mezco's doing a good job with these. So I'm going to pre-order this. This is really out of character for me to pre-order some nonsense like this. and join the club of the Pokepokes. But yeah, I gotta have that. That's just very cool looking. I love it. Looks great. Moving on from that. On the Transformers collaboration line, you've got the Shield D Prime, which is a collaboration between Transformers, Zoids, and somebody else, but I'm not sure. I just know Zoids, which I loved as a kid, and Transformers, which I loved as a kid. So here he is. I'm passing on it. It's 300 Buckaroo Banzais. It looks great, but it doesn't pull me in with that nostalgia. Just doesn't. But if you like it, there you go. All right. What else do we have? We have the Mezco Toys 5 Points of Articulation Cartoon Network Samurai Jack offering. Not for me, but I've seen a few Samurai Jack cartoons. Not bad. They're just not in my wheelhouse. But if you guys like them, here they are. A lot of people were really excited about it. It's just a little bit... The truth was, I was doing other things when this was out. I was doing much more serious shenanigans when this was out. And there was a period of my time where there was way more serious stuff going on than this. So I missed out on some of these things. And so anyways, I missed out on it. So I have no nostalgia for it. Doesn't recall to me. Anyways, moving on from that, Mattel WWE Legends Ultimate Edition Undertaker is the only thing wrestling related that I want to catch up with. So if I see it out in the wild, Undertaker was there when I was there. He's a very, very old school. Well, he's not very, very old school. Anyways, he's out there. So, yeah, I'm going to pick him up. There is one thing that I want to talk about. And you guys, you comic book guys, correct me. But boy, it still chaps my hide. So here's the deal. We have comic books, right? Right here. It still chaps my hide. You have the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and somebody corrected me, the Bronze Age of comic books. I think the Bronze Age was like 16 years. And then somebody told me, well, you have the Modern Age, but they couldn't tell me the years. It's 1984 to when, couldn't tell me that. And then the Post-Modern Age, which, okay, when does it start? When is that going to end? And they couldn't tell me that. So you're wrong. But no, and I shouldn't say it like that because that person was actually really nice. You know, I take it back. I don't know why I was making that voice or whatever, doing that voice. The person tried to educate me, right? And I appreciate it. So I don't know why I was making fun of that, but that's my fault, my error. But I want to understand, again, why did we call it the Modern Age? And what's after postmodern? It's like the people who are naming these things were very short-sighted and just the eras, just buffoons. Do we have idiots naming literature? Or what do we have? They're supposed to be smart people. Well, here's the modern. What? That's not modern. That's like 200 years old. Well, that's what they called it back in the day. It was modern for cavemans. What? What the? It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, what makes sense today anyways? All right, well, that's all the news. Give me one moment. Okay, I goofed up. There's a few more things that we got done. There's a couple more things in news. I just wanted to get to, here, let me bring this up real quick. Well, that's not it. Yeah, it is. Here. Seeing this live. Not really. The one thing I wanted to talk about was the Revoltech Beast from Attack on Titan. I watched like the first 2 seasons of Attack on Titan, and I liked it, but then it got to be where you had to pay for it or whatever. I was like, man, get out of here. And so I probably need to go back and rewatch it because I actually kind of enjoyed it. But I never saw this Beast. I don't remember this Beast. I mean, vaguely maybe, but anyways, Revoltech is putting out a figure for it. So there he is, $90. If you're a big fan of the Beast from Attack on Titan, or Mr. Beast, or whatever that dude's name is. All right. And then finally, my favorite cats, Super 7 and their Thundercat shenanigans. So I remember the Sky Cutter. I remember the Vulturemen. I was a big fan of the Thunder Snaps, Thundercats. $185 for the Sky Cutter and $65 for the Vultureman. So, and that's a good chunk of change. So you're telling me that 2 Sky Cutters equal a phalanx? Is that what you're telling me? I think your math is funny. I think your math is a little fuzzy math. But hey, you know what? On this one, I'm gonna say I'm glad it exists, because one day Super 7 might fall off my do not buy list. And it's just on my do not buy list. You guys can buy whatever you like from whomever you like. Just right now, they're on my do not buy list. And, ask me in the comments if you don't know why. They're just real shady sometimes, and I'll talk to you about it. But for me, I wish somebody else would take this license. Please, somebody else take this license from these guys. Anyways, it's there if you want it. Now, let's talk a little bit about, because a lot of you guys like to know, well, what are you ordering? What do you got out there for pre-orders and stuff? So let me bring that up for just a second, and I'll put it up here too. Number one, let's just start with pre-orders, because it's not much there. So on my pre-order list, a lot of the stuff I find, I either find online and buy it then and there, or I find it out on the wild and I just pick it up there. A lot of stuff I find in the wild, and you guys see me find it in the hunt videos that I do for the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or as I like to say, the Fort Worth, Dallas area. So anyways, pre-order list is Gargantos. I did pre-order him, and I am losing the battle on not pre-ordering the Shadow APC, or the Shadow Phalanx. I'm losing that battle. I'm losing it quick. I haven't ordered it yet, but it might be coming. It might be coming. I think this, to me, is I didn't order the dragon from Mythic Legions, but this is my version of the dragon. So fully loaded, all variants. Anyways, what else do we have? Oh yeah, the hunt list. Well, here we go. I'm of the thought, or the mindset, that I'm not going to find another Venom. So I captured another Venom. So another Venom from the Gamerverse has been captured. I've been ongoing and capturing Vipers in my area. If there's a Viper in my area, I got it. If there's another Viper in my area, I got it. So if you're in the Fort Worth, Dallas area, don't leave them on the pegs, because they are meant to be troop built. And it's one of the best troop builders that I've seen in a while, even more so than the Soldier. I love the regular Cobra Trooper, but and even Rock and Roll is a great just Joe builder too, like a Foot Soldier. Although the regular Foot Soldier is going to be coming out, and that's going to be good too. But hey, man, a bigger buck with Rock and Roll, come on. Mindbender's the only one that I think is going to sit around for a while. He might sit because he's so specialized, just a very specialized buck. But I picked up one extra one, I think. Yeah. And then of course I'm picking up a few more of those Spider-Man's 2099 figs. Building up my customs. I already did that video on the one leader for that group of tech cyber ninjas that there's going to be. And then I'm going to do another video on the troops for it, which is why I need the rest of the shenanigans for it. Finally, I captured today, you guys saw it on my Instagram post, I captured today a Wolverine and a Rogue, because they're street dated both for today. So it was very funny interactions with... Anyways, watch the video that I'm going to put out midweek, and you'll see something funny that the Target employees did to not put it out before. I guess one of them got in trouble. I don't know. But they did something funny to keep from getting in trouble. And then also I captured the Spinosaurus. I passed on it. And then I was like, I want it. And so ultimately I found one at my local Target, and I was able to just tell them up, just hold it for me, I'll be there to pick it up. So I just ordered it online and then went and drove up and picked it up. And you guys will see that in the haul in a minute. Stegosaurus is out there, and much to my the Stegosaurus I'm him and hawing about, but if I see it out there, I might pick it up. Especially, yeah, I might pick it up because it's such an iconic dino. But what was surprising to me is that I was having such a hard time finding, and I still haven't found her, X Factor Jean Grey. The sheer fact, I didn't even want that figure, but the sheer fact that I'm having a challenge finding her, and that every single one of these stores every single one of these 12 Target stores that I'm around does not have her, is annoying. And now I want to get her, I just want to find her or get her just to close the book on it. But anyways, that's on my hunt list, guys. Everything else is just probably spur of the moment or as I see it, and we'll go from there. So what's left to do? Let's go out and let's go check out the haul. Monstrous haul. Let's go. All right, collectors, here we go with the monster haul. I don't think there's anything in here that's a deal. This was a very expensive, right before conventions. This is a very expensive sale. What is that? I'm never going to financially recover from this. No. What I would say is be responsible. Be a responsible collector, right? A lot of you know when you can and cannot do a specific thing or go in for it. You're very aware of it now because we're older gentlemen. We know. And so, but you know what? When I first started this channel, again, I'm very appreciative of everyone that told me, "Hey, you're gonna be out of money here." I've only been doing it, like I said, I've only been doing it for 35, 40 years. And I've done several videos on how I collect. So go back and watch some of those. You'll see a cycle on how I do things and how a lot of this pays for itself, kind of. And then you'll see me at the Metroplex Collectibles Toy Show. A lot of times you'll get a deal for me, so some of that money goes back into it. So anyways, let's check out this monstrous haul. I'm happy to give you some resources on how to collect responsibly if you don't know. And let's get going. All right, number one, without further delay, let's get into this mess. Finally, Hasbro started shipping out it's not my favorite. It's up there. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are my favorite G.I. Joes. They just are. You know, how cliche. But Sci-Fi is another one of my favorites. But the Joe that most closely identified to what I used to do in the Army is this nerd. Daltone. So anyways, here is his UPC code right there. But yeah, I finally got my two dial tones that I picked up from Hasbro Pulse. So excited about that. And then I found these guys at Target. Number one, I'm not super excited about this derp. It was past my time, but I saw it out there. I was like, his weapon looks kind of cool. His alternate face looks kind of cool. You know, maybe I could do some customizing with them. So I picked them up. I mean, I'm gonna have one to rock, one to stock, and this one to customize. Dark Lawn. There he goes. I know a lot of you guys are like, how dare you? Dark Lawn was a critical Cobra. No, I don't care. It's just not the nostalgia there for me at that point. But he looks okay. I could do a little bit of finagling with him. I do remember this cat though. Found him also, man, that's a good face sculpt. I found him also at Target, and that is a Blowtorch. Looking cool. Here's the UPC code for him. There you go. Have fun. And then I got another one of these from Amazon. I'm gonna have to pick up another one, but not until after the convention, or maybe if I see one at the convention. And that is, excuse me for a moment, I had to have a little bit of hydration. This episode of 209 Ed sponsored by Dr. Pepper Zero. Not really. No, it's not. It's a lie. They're not sponsoring me. But have you guys ever tried this stuff? It's pretty good. Anyways, back at it. And that's heavy duty. Not heavy barrel, which is what I called him earlier. I don't know why it got stuck in my head. Maybe because of the video games and heavy duty, and he's got barrels, you know, weapons and whatnot. Anyways, it's heavy duty. Heavy duty. And I don't know if he's out in stores or not, but here's the UPC code for him if you need it. I'm probably going to be ordering quite a few more of these. It's just a great figure. I don't know. To me, it's well done. Good figure. Good figure. That Hasbro, for all of your shenanigans, sometimes, like I said, sometimes you do a great job. And that figure's good. That figure's good. All right, let's move on from that. And so is the Cobra Viper. Let's move on from that. Some more Joes that we found out there. So, okay, I'm just going to do these rapid fire. Number one, these deformed, heat destroyed. It's just the plastic on the outside, really. These will be openers anyways. Here's the Cobra Viper UPC. One Cobra Viper. And then another rock and roll. He's destroyed as well. Look at that. It's just... And it's just not my area. Other people have been seeing these shenanigans with these figures. So, and I also picked up a mind bender. So I'll be hanging this one up. So here's a retro mind bender. I think he's the only one that I got. I think. We'll see in a minute. There's his UPC code. And another rock and roll. There you go. Oh, I picked up another rock and roll. I told you, they're kind of troop buildy. So, there's that one. Because you can just swap his head out with any number of extra heads I got rolling out. Oh, and this one's also heat jacked up. So, yeah, I'm. If anything, I'm doing DFW a favor and grabbing all the ones that are jacked up that won't. So, mint on card collectors going to be like, I'm not buying that. Anyways, here's the UPC for that. Well, you already seen the UPC for that. All right, moving on. I did also pick up this Anakin Skywalker from that Benbrook store, Walmart Benbrook store. There's the UPC code for it. I think I didn't pick him up last time. Well, that's why I picked him up now, because I was like, I don't think I got him last time. If I did, it's your good fortune at the Metroplex Collectibles Toy Show. All right, and then there's nothing better for customization. Nothing better than a whole bunch of hand-packed alphas. So I got like 3 hand-packed alphas from Valaverse. These are great. These are fantastic. They are a customizer's best friend. So great work, Bobby. Great work, Bobby. Action Force Steel Commanders. I got them in the mail early last week. So these are all Steel Brigade, right? No! What am I talking about, Steel Brigade? It's not Steel Brigade. Here's what they are. Wraith. The Wraith. None of them are Chase. None of them are Chase. I mean, if I got a Chase, that'd be fine. But I really, you know. You got to order these knowing that you're not going to get a Chase. There's just so few of them. I mean, if you absolutely want a Chase, maybe pick it up online or something. That's going to, I mean, they're going to destroy you for that. But just understand that. Don't pick these up because you want a Chase. Because there's too few. Pick it up because you like the run-of-the-mill figure that's in here. You know, and that brings me up. I picked up 3 of them. I picked up 3 because yeah, that's the max. I'll probably pick up some more when he shows up to the show. You know, that's another thing I wanted to talk about is, and it's a little bit controversial. One other thing about comic books. Comic books right here. Can you guys tell me the most expensive comic right in that line? Anyways, you guys, if you guys feel like having some fun, see if you can pick out the most expensive comic in that line. The one thing comic books are very much like toys. Some of them are real hot when they come out at first, and only very few hold their value. I would compare collecting comic books to collecting toys, because most of these toys, actually it's a little different. It's a little bit different because a lot of these toys do retain more value than comic books. They just do. I've been able to sell most toys, just like a loose action figure, for between $5 and $10, even if it's something that nobody wanted, right? Because then you could do some fodder with it, right? You could tinker and customize with it. You can't tinker and customize with that. And there's going to be some argument there, and that's okay. I love it for there to be some discussion. But 99.9% of comics are absolute trash. When it comes to value, they're just trash. The value I get out of comics and the value that I get out of toys really is the fact that I love the story, I love the world building, I love the things that you can do with it for myself. I don't look at comic books and toys as an investment. I just don't. It's something that I do as a hobby. So that's my word of wisdom to you. 99.9% of those comic books are going to be trash that you pick up on a daily basis, but the value is in the story and in the imagination and the entertainment that it brings to you at that time. After that, the value is gone. Unless it happens to be a key issue. Then, yeah, of course, there are some really valuable comics out there that are key issues. There are some really rare, valuable toys out there. But again, I think toys hold their value a little better. Even goofball toys. All right, let's get back to the haul. Sometimes I go off on a tangent. Speaking of, well, we've been talking about it already for a while. The DFW, oh man, I know you guys are sick of hearing about this, but it's coming up here in the next few days. The DFW G.I. Joe the DFW G.I. Joe and Action Force Convention. Should I tell you? On the 26th, I'll give you a real full teaser of what's in the loot, but these two guys will be in the loot. Primo, top shelf. I'm not talking about some janky Ross giveaways. I'm not talking about some janky craptastic stuff that I'm going to give away. Some stuff that came out 8 years. Oh man, primo stuff. All right. And it's just for fun. It's my way of giving back a little bit to the community, especially the local community who's been absolutely welcoming and amazing. And just, to me, it's been a fantastic ride. So, that's just it. When I can give back, I wish I could give back to everybody because I think I would get more out of it than you would, but I can't. So I have to pick and choose. So anyways, again, stay tuned for how to win those. All right. A lot of you already know. I picked up another one of these because it looks fantastic and one to rock, one to stock. And that was this Batman Year One. These are really good. Anyways, just me. I really like it. Here's the UPC for it. There you go. No problem. All right. What else did we get? There's a round two, if you don't believe it, because I have to set up for a round two. I got another Cami to customize. Here's her UPC if you don't have it already, but Camis are really good to customize. What else did we get? On the Micro Galaxy line, we picked up a TIE Striker. There you go. Here is the UPC for it. Where is the UPC for this thing? There it is. There's the UPC for the TIE Striker. Very cool little TIE fighter. And a Z95 Headhunter, which I used to play. I forgot what game I used to play that in. But anyways, there it is. It's the precursor to the X-Wing. And there's another one that's before that that's even more of a precursor. So here it is. There's the UPC code. And not finally, but this is what I was talking about when, so I told my wife, you know what? I left this particular thing back at Walmart. Could you go back and pick it up for me? And, you know, because, you know, thinking about it, I bought one and it looks really cool and I think I could use it. Well, she went back there and exceeded my expectations. This is what I'm talking about. When you find the right lady, do not let her go. So, you know, I embrace her hobby. She embraces mine. I think she feels that this hobby is better than the, bar diving, drinking, gambling, smoking. This is my habit, this hobby. Is it expensive? Yeah, but it's fun and we do it responsibly. So let me show you what she got me. This is what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen these are like the little dioramas from the new Jurassic Park movie coming out, Rebirth, right? It's got little diorama in the box, right? Here's the UPC for it if you need it. But they come in a big box, right? They come in like kind of a display box. Well, my wife went back and got me the whole display, literally full. She just said, just give me the whole thing. And hey, look, I get extra pieces with it and stuff. I love having the display for stuff. That's awesome. So I don't know if I want to use some of those now because I want it to have some in there, right? I like having that story type feeling, and it's just cool. I love the little displays that people come up with. Let me go to round number 2. It should be round 3, but hold on, round 2. All right, real fast, real quick. Spinosaurus, I picked him up. There you go. This is the, the dinosaur that got Ryan banned from YouTube. There it is. Laser pants. Hold on. There you go. There's the UPC code for it. Shouldn't have been showing off that bad Spinosaurus. All right, and then I picked this up also from 5K Toys. I don't know if it's still out. No, was it 5K or Bombas B? I don't know. But it's this Grim Knight from CY7 Toys. I don't know if it's any good, and I got an extra thing with it too, so I want to definitely check that out to see if it's any good. And then I got this DVD set of the Super Friends, which I'm already looking now for the Blu-ray set, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep that set. I don't know. I think I like the DVD set. I think I'm okay with it. As a little kid, I used to watch it with snow and all this artifacting, and it stuck with you. So maybe we'll just do that. Anyways, not that if I find the Blu-ray, I'll pass it up, but the Kryptonite Seeker from LexCorp. I think this is actually, I think this is Nightmare Batman, I believe. I'll look it up, but it's LexCorp and it's the, what is it? The Kryptonite Seeker, but I think it's Nightmare Batman in 1/12 scale. So love that. And then there is one last thing to close this all out for this week. Just kidding. There's 4 more things. Hold on. But they're tiny. They're super tiny. Number 1, I found this little Matchbox Jurassic Park Jeep. Looks cool. I love it. Look at that. I don't know if you can do anything with the UPC. I don't know if you Hot Wheels guys need that, but somebody left it on the Hot Wheels, almost like they knew I was hunting for it or looking for it. So that's super nice. And then I also found this real Hot Wheels Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler Sahara out there. So that's pretty cool from the Pop Culture Hot Wheels line. I don't know if the UPC does you any good, but there it is. Have fun looking that up. And then this is going to be in the Primo loot too. Maybe some of you guys would prefer this. I don't know if anybody's going to want this or not, but sometimes Hot Wheels guys ask me questions. I meet them out there in the world, and they try to educate me, and a lot of them have trouble finding some of the stuff that I'm like, oh, okay. And so one of the things that's going to be out there, of course, I found another Ultra Magnus, and this one's Primo, baby. Look at that. Almost perfect. Just perfect. Anyways, Ultra Magnus from the Track Fleet. You want the UPC code? There you go. There's the UPC code for you. All right. And finally, for the last thing, if you haven't seen the review, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description, and I might even put a link up here. Here we go. This monstrosity. There it is. There. The GRIDIRON PHALANX. There it is. It came in this week. This is the haul. Thing is monster. It's amazing. Amazing. Well, that was it, guys. Yeah, that was it. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite pickup of the week? What action figures are you looking forward to? What are you having trouble finding out there? Are you gonna pick up the PHALANX APC? Are you gonna wait for something different from another company? Maybe the HasLab from Hasbro. Maybe it's the Havoc instead of the Snowcat. Are you gonna be picking up, what's the other one? The Oz Striker from Fans Hobby. And they're also doing the Fang, if you guys hadn't known, at Fans Hobby. The Fang is on the way because they're going to reuse some pieces from the Skyhawk, which I'm looking at right here, that they put out for it. I mean, Hasbro's got to get on it. They just got to get on it, or they're going to keep losing money to all these other companies that can move much quicker than they can. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. If you're enjoying my shenanigans, if you're enjoying the news, if you just want to have some fun, you know, kind of keep the world at bay, because right now we got a lot of shenanigans going on in this world. This is what we do for fun, right? To me, it's just harmless, good fun. Don't let the FOMO get you. Just have some fun. None of this is insulin or penicillin. You don't need none of this to live. It's supposed to be a good time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Like I said, if you're enjoying the hunts, the customs, the hauls, you know, the reviews, why not subscribe? Worst that could happen is you could meet me at a convention and say, hey, I subscribe to you, show me the loot. And you could get some primo loot. All right, guys, special thanks to the members. Without their input, guidance, and generosity, or with their input, guidance, and generosity and engagement, they allow me to bring you guys better content. As always, as long as you guys keep watching my shenanigans, I'll keep rolling them out.